Hi everyone, thanks for coming back for part 6. In my last video, I was just getting ready to read this definition for betrothed over here. But what I want to do is I want to back up again for just a minute because there's something else I wanted to point out about the Pentecost table where I had put in the words Pentecost, trump, last. And what I wanted to point out is the last trump, and this was mentioned in a video that I just saw last night, and I'll show you which video I'm talking about. I had just watched these two videos by Renee Moses last night, which are on Pentecost, and they're both very good videos. And in this one over here, it's basically a recording of Gary Stearman and Bob Ulrich having a conversation about Pentecost. And in it, Gary Stearman mentions that the trumpet sound that occurred on Mount Sinai was actually the voice of God, because I'm not sure if it's here in this matrix. I'll try to find it. Hold on a second. Okay, it's over here, and it says, and the voice of a trumpet exceeding loud, and all the people that were in the camp trembled. So it's talking about a voice of a trumpet. It's not like a trumpet that you blow. And Gary Stearman had made that point in this video over here, which the entire video is a very good video to watch about Pentecost. Both of these are by Renee Moses. Well, this one's by Renee Moses, and this one is by Gary Stearman, but she just had the recording and added images to the video. But when you go back to Revelation, I believe it was 16 over here, it talks about voices, and it talks about, and I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels. So there's a great voice. And so I just wanted to point out that on Mount Sinai, the trumpet was actually the voice of a trumpet. So I just wanted to make that point, and I'll go ahead and read the definition for betrothed. And it says over here, to arrange for the marriage of affiance, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. The couple was betrothed with the approval of both families, and the archaic is to promise to marry. So betrothed is a promise to marry. It says engage, promise, pledge, plight. So I just wanted to point out the meaning of the word betrothed, and we see it coming up in this table. And the next word I had put in was the word Yeshua, which is actually Jesus' name, the way it's spoken in Israel. And I'll pull up a link so you can see that as well. Okay, as you can see here in Wikipedia, it says modern scholarship generally considers the name Yeshua in the Talmud to be a reference to Jesus in the Talmud. So Jesus is known as Yeshua in the Talmud, and I think further down it goes on to say that that's how he's referred to in Israel. Over here it says that Bachman notes the spelling Yeshua is found on one ossuary, which supports that the name Yeshua was not invented as a way of avoiding pronouncing the name Yeshua in relation to Jesus, but that it may still be that rabbinical use of Yeshua was intended to distinguish Jesus from rabbis bearing the biblical name Joshua. So it's just a way to distinguish between Jesus in the New Testament and Joshua in the Old Testament, or other rabbis with the name Joshua. So I realize that in some cases it it's meant to be derogatory, but also in Israel it's used for Jesus, and a lot of people don't know that there's a derogatory connotation to it that may be an issue as well. So, but it's still a valid name and a valid term in terms of doing the Bible code. So I just wanted to clarify that. And then I had put in the word may, which again, I'm not trying to set any dates or say it's definitely going to happen in May. No one knows the day or the hour. I just put it in and it came up. And then I put in new moon, and I'd like to talk about that, but maybe later. And then wise oil lamp. So all those terms came up. You see the word new here in the light blue. You see oil in the dark green. You see moon in the light green. You see lamp in the burgundy. You see the word the word wed is right here in the bluish purple, going at an angle, the letters W-E-D. And you see May coming right under wed. Over here you see the word May with the letters M-A-Y. And then betrothed is over here in the light red. And like I said earlier, wed comes up right in the middle of it. And then you see the word wise over here in the yellow. And then you see Yeshua over here in the pink, with the letters Y-E-S-H-U. And this is coming up in the book of Judges 21, verse 2 through verse 12. And I'm not going to read the matrix on that, but I'll just scroll through it in case anyone wants to pause it and read it. But there's a few other terms that I had put in. In this one, I had put in the word beast, and that came up, and DNA, and Satan, and seed. All those words came up because there's going to be a good aspect, and there's also going to be a bad aspect with the return of the Lord. Satan's going to be cast from heaven. So I just put the alternative aspect in there, and that came up as well. And you see the word beast coming up here in the yellow, the letters B, E, A, S, T. You see, this might be a different matrix. This one's coming up in Judges 21. Okay, looks like it's the same matrix. Okay, but sometimes the terms come up a little bit differently. So over here, like I said, beast was in the yellow. You see the word cost, which is the second part of Pentecost, over here in the bluish purple, and it's crossing through the word beast. And you see Yeshua coming up here in the pink that I read off earlier. And then Pente is over here in the lavender, which is part of Israel repented. And then it's using the part that spells out Pente in there. And then over here we have DNA in the dark green. We have seed in the light green. And then we have Satan in the blue, going this way at an angle. The letters S-A-T-A-N. So we have Satan, seed, DNA, all meshed together up there at the top. Okay. And this one, I had just put in May 14. I'm not trying to set a date, but I'm just showing that it does come up. You see teen over here in the yellow. You see 4 over here in the green, and the rest of those terms we've already done. And in this one, I added the words Israel, Adam, war, flee, mass death. So you see Israel up here, wars right next to Israel, going at an angle this way, and then death going at an angle from the word war this way. The letters D, E, A, T, H, and then you see Adam coming at an angle this way in the light green, and then you see the word flee here in the yellow at an angle. You see May over here in the lavender. You see betrothed over here in the light red, and you see mass over here in the burgundy, and then you see Yeshua over here in the pink, which is short for Yeshua. Okay, and there's just one more that I did, and this one's talking about figs, ripe, star, and then I think added the word cast, Satan cast from Eden. So you have Eden in the burgundy going at an angle this way, and of course Satan was in there in the, it's in the yellow this time. You see it in the yellow with the letters S, A, T, A, N, and then you see star in the light green meshed in with Satan, so you have S, T, A, R in the light green, and then you have ripe over here in the blue, and looks like figs is over here in the bluish purple with the letters F, I, G, S. And I think that's all the terms in this one. And like I said, this was in Judges 21. Okay, and if you look at the context, you'll see some interesting terms that come up. You see over here it says, and it came to pass in the morrow that the people rose early. It's talking about the children of Israel here, and it's talking about an assembly unto Jehovah, and I think it has the word assembly a couple of times. Over here it's saying the children of Israel repented, and like I said earlier, the matrix is talking about wives for the tribe of Benjamin and being wed, and that's where you have the word betrothed come up in ELS form right at that exact spot. And over here you see young virgins, or you could make that virgin in the singular, but you see young virgins there. So very interesting table and very interesting matrix. And again, the word betrothed comes up right where it's talking about being wed. Wives being wed, young virgins being wed for the tribe of Benjamin. So again, that can't be an accident. You can't have that many letters come up randomly by accident in an exact spot where it's talking about weddings and have the word wed right in the middle of it and have all of that be random. So once again, like I said, the hand of God is evident in these tables. There's no denying that. And that's all the tables that I have in this particular file, but I have some really exciting tables to share. There's some more on Pentecost, and I'm just going to share those separately in another video. And I just want to thank you for watching this video. I'm going to try to get them up as soon as possible. I'll try to get as many up as I can today because time is obviously very short. And like I said, you should definitely watch those two videos. I'll put the links in the description box by Renee Moses. You should definitely watch those two. We're in a very high watch season. Things could unfold at any moment. So just stay alert, keep looking up, and God bless you all. Thanks.